Hey guys, so I finished part 1 of my book, and so now I'm here to step in on what part 1 was talking about. It was talking about the consciousness in which people can lay in, as well as the entire state of the world, and here they are, here are what they mean. So first off, we have the acharic. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but that's the very first step of consciousness. We only have that when we're babies, and then we grow out of it and we grow into our own types of consciousnesses. So then a step up from that would be tribal, which would be like, ancient civilizations who were very communal, very based off of living off the land, things like that. Then we have warrior consciousness, which is just a distribution of power. Then we have traditional, which is the scripture of the mythic order. Then we have modern, which is scientific reason and material proof. Then we have postmodern, which is just whatever's true for you. And then we have integral consciousness, which is the harmonization of scientific and spirituality. So, with this being said, each consciousness I just mentioned creates a problem for the next consciousness to solve. So, with that being said, I kind of want to break it down into more of a global type of way, or more of a societal type of way of what's happening right now, here now, right? So even in the book, right now, we all agree that we are in a modern social structure. With this modern social structure, there's the technological boom, there's the westernization and colonization of different countries. Hence, with these things happening, this creates a lot of separation and division, like classism, sexism, racism, because we're coming from a state of consciousness where we're believing in a mythic order, believing in something that's not tangible, and believing that is truth, going into a state of this is now the truth, because now we have proof that this is the truth type of thing. So it creates a lot of division within people, which then outwardly spreads into our world, right? So postmodern is what we are in, or what we're kind of transitioning into. It's kind of transitioning more into postmodern, or has been transitioned into postmodern than we can actually grasp, because it's what's true for you. So a lot of people are like, just respect one another. Like, it doesn't matter what this, that, and the third. Like, as long as you do you and just respect other people, then it doesn't matter type of thing, right? So we're entering like this urge into wanting to heal spiritually, like wanting to heal as people from the traumas and the guilt and the shame that our ancestors have created. This, though, has not been implemented in our social structure. This is why we come into so many crossroads with our social structures, is because they're still in a predated type of thinking. They're not developing with the people. And so since we are entering this, we feel almost like a revolution is about to happen. And what's going to happen is that there is going to be a revolution, but we think it's going to be violent. We think it's going to be chaotic, and it is going to be chaotic. A revolution is, but it's going to be creatively done. It's not going to be violent. It's not going to be harmful. It's actually going to be very creative. It's going to be heavily influenced by our arts, by our voices, by our instruments, by our bodies, by whatever we do, by spreading information in a creative type of way. So I was reading and I started thinking, and I was like, well, westernization is actually kind of not a bad thing. If you think about it in actuality, it has allowed us to learn about very many different people. So like, if you live in the United States, or you know about the United States, you know it's a melting pot considered, right? And this has brought together works, traditions, religions, practices, art from so many different places, into which it has created a place where people can actually coincide and live together and learn from each other. So with that being said, this integral consciousness is exactly what it's wanting to do. It's just the corruptness of the United States at this moment is what brings us into this state of chaos and friction. But integral consciousness is kind of saying that we need to do what the United States did on a global way. So we need to have a global federation. And what's crazy about it is that Everybody is probably going to be turned off by this idea. But if you think about it, we've been exposed to so many different countries in so many different places without even being there, that we are already connected. We should already have things in place that speak for the people of the world, because we are already connected as it is. We have technology, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have phones that can connect with people in an instant that live across the ocean from us. You know what I mean? So this westernization or this colonization, the way that they did it wasn't necessarily correct, but the way that it can actually be is something that we should look forward to and not fear. So a global federation would be representing the entirety of the world as one, because when you think about it, when the entire globe is coming together to represent us as people, there's more voices at the table. There's more traditions. There's more practices. There's more for us to actually bounce ideas off to see what is going to be good for people. The only downside on that is that the people who are the governments who have the most economic backing or power are the ones that are going to have to start this. So once again, we come into this idea of revolutionizing our countries. We need to revolutionize our countries. That is what postmodern is us evolving our countries to be something better, so that we can move into this global federation, so we can move into a state of where, you know, people who are in Congo and all of these people who are being exploited for their materials of the earth and being worked to death and being, you know, child labor laws and things like that, like, this is so it represents all of us, and so that United States of America, who does have all the economic power, doesn't continue to have all the economic power and destroy other countries. So what postmodern is really focusing on is, once again, it's whatever is for you. So on a mass level, it needs to be whatever is for your country. So our countries need to evolve themselves so that we can use economics and keep our economics, because if we just crash the economics, everything will literally just fall and burn. But if we keep economics basics, what we're doing, and begin to spread the wealth in certain areas and grow the wealth as a country, imagine what we could do globally for others and for people who don't have what Americans have that could have that. So it's big. It's a lot to take in, and it's really cool. And I suggest anybody to read this, especially if you're in politics, especially if you're somebody who's looking for a better change in the world. This is something that will kind of give you an idea on how we can do this. It gives us a solution rather than just talking about the problems that modern consciousness created for us. So this is just part one. I may create another video going a little bit more in depth about part one, but there will definitely be another one for part two. So bye guys, and thank you for sticking with me.